Here's me worrying about being nearly 10 minutes late and no bugger's bloody bothered to turn up. Flipping cheek of it. Wait till I get my hands on Frederick. Anyway, would you believe it is June, and I am sitting here with my big fleecy jacket on, the heater on, drinking hot chocolate. It's genuinely quite chilly in this flat. Oh dear me, it's bloody freezing this morning. Freezing. And then last weekend, I was out all day Sunday and I got like the worst sunburn. I was sunburned everywhere. Everywhere. And this weekend, freeze my tits off. Anyway, so it's always awkward when Fred's not here at the beginning. I've got he usually gives me something to talk about. It's not nice when I've got no one. Fabledom live streams don't really bring in the numbers, do they? But that's alright. That's alright. Anyway, so boop. Can anybody remember what we were doing last time? We were going to build a palace, weren't we? I remember now. Oh, Fred's here. Hello, Fred. Greetings from across the pod. There's nothing separating us anymore. But a pod. I'm taking my headphones off because the music's distracting me. Is that weird? I don't know. You know what? Sometimes I like not having my headphones on because I can hear myself better. Anyway, yes. Our little city's coming together really nicely, isn't it? Kingdom, whatever. We've got the little peasanty bit over here. All the farms keeping we're fed. And then we've got our beautiful little town. We've got our, like, slightly lower class town where it's like a fishing town and they're, you know, providing us with fish. And then we've got our slightly more market town where we've got all like the sexy stuff like the embassy and the theatre and the bank and whatnot. And then we've got our little grape farm and our little army barracks and then our little random circus and then we've got our like posh bit of the town which looks nowhere near as posh as this bit, but this is like the entrance to the palace. So it's meant to be the posh bit. But, yeah, isn't it coming together lovely? Isn't it beautiful? I think it's beautiful. And then this is like the extra peasant bit over here. It's expanded out into and it's all joined up. Oh, I love this game. Of all the little relaxing kingdomy city builder type games that I play, which is a lot because I love games like this, this one is just the most satisfying of like when it comes to like making it all look nice and making it all make sense. Yeah, I'll have some sword fighters. Right, we've got a lot of money and we need a palace. So, should we build a palace? There's a cat. Hello. Ah! No. Stay away from my hot chocolate. No. What? Put cat cam on. Put cat cam on. Oh, we go. Probably can't see much of you, to be fair. What? No, you're right in front of my screen. I can't have you right in front of my screen. I can't see the game. Anything could be happening. You're not going up there either. I've got hair in my mouth. I think it's my hair for a change, not cat hair. You're not going up there? What? No. What? Hey, you can't stay. Yeah. These cats just defy me. They defy me. Anyway. What am I doing? Building a palace. That's what I'm doing. I've had an idea, Frederick. Since there is news coming out about Dragon Age, the Veil Guard. I was going to say Dreadwolf then, but it's not anymore, is it? It doesn't trip off the tongue nicely, does it? I feel like the is kind of unnecessary, but anyway. Since there's Dragon Age news afoot, I'm thinking of starting the Dragon Age live streams again and bringing the Tuesday live stream back. And this is my idea. That we have a Dragon Age live stream on a Saturday, And then on a Tuesday we have a whatever we feel like playing live stream. I'm considering. Though I make no promises. But I'm thinking about it. Although I don't know, because like when it comes out, like I'm not going to make videos of it. I've already decided I'm not going to do that. And I'm sort of like, I don't know, I kind of don't care about the channel that much these days, to be honest. But I do enjoy the live streams. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. Right, anyway, we need to build a palace. Palace main hall. Right. So. I've been ill this week, by the way. I've had a bit of a cold. I woke up on Monday morning with a cold, so my voice may give out on me at some point, but that's alright. Where do we want the main hall? I say we put the main hall there. Right, and then you have to build a shit ton of foundations. Oh no, we don't want them. We don't want them down off the mountain. We'll do that, and then more foundations. We'll just foundation the whole place. Indoors more Dragon Age, yeah. To be fair, I mean, more people watch when it's Dragon Age, don't they? Although I'm not bothered about the numbers, but still. I feel like their live streams are very thin on the ground these days, aren't they? And, you know, like if you and Welsh Friend and Common Misconception lose interest, at that point we're done. that's everyone. Oh, that one's not very good, is it? That's made the pond not very pondy anymore. Okay, I think that'll do as a base. Right, what do we want? Well, we need a living quarters somewhere for our nobles to live. So we'll stick that off the main hall. We need a feast hall, which could go there. We need a wedding hall if we're going to get married to the lovely Ramon, which can go there. You don't have to build all of these, but, you know, we may as well. There's nothing stopping us. What's that we're building at the minute? Ministry of Aristocracy. Have you ever heard anything more pompous sounding in your whole life? Ministry of Aristocracy. We'll pop the Ministry of Aristocracy there. This is going to cost so much money. Ministry of Culture. They don't all have to be connected to each other, so we can stick that a little bit kind of off on its own over here. Ministry of Diplomacy. Can go... yeah, there. I don't know if you can hear that cat, but he's chirping at things that he's watching out the window. What's that building? Ministry of Nourishment. Put the Ministry of Nourishment there. And then we've got Ministry of Parks. I want a Ministry of Magic. We should have a Ministry of Magic in this kind of game. I mean, there is magic. We would be totally justified in having a Ministry of Magic. Ministry of Philanthropy. That can go there. We do have no room for more people. Right, 11,000 gold. Yeah, we can build all that for 11,000 gold. There we go. We're going to have a palace. We're going to have a palace. Drink tea with lemon and honey. Ew. 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 I don't have a cold anymore. It only lasted like 2 days. It's just a little cold. Just passed me by. Everybody else in work was like proper ill, and I was just like ill for like a couple of days. That's because I take my vitamins. That's probably why. I do take a lot of vitamins. I take 2 vitamin Ds, 2 vitamin Cs, zinc, B12, magnesium. I think that's all. Yeah, but I take that every day. And I eat fairly healthily for the most part on top of that as well, so, you know. See if we could put a little path from, yeah, from like there. Oh, it's not gonna look very neat. Oh, yeah, getting to the palace might be a bit tricky. There's not many kind of easy paths. Although, interestingly, we could make a path like from the industrial bit straight up to the palace. It's an odd way to get to the palace, but you know, why not, eh? Yeah. At some point, I'm going to have to build a one in the creative mode, because then you can probably plan it a little bit better. Because that's not going to look great, is it? That's yeah. Once you actually get up there, it's going to look fantastic, but yeah. The actual entrance to it, not that great. Anyway. Right, are we doing alright on everything? We seem to be doing alright on most things, don't we? I feel like we could do with a tiny little bit more food production. Although we're alright on veg for the moment, but we could do with like a little bit more. We need more eggs. And pork. Do I even have a pigsty? I'm sure I built a pigsty, didn't I? Did I not build a pigsty? I'm sure I did. Oh, there's town shops that need workers. 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 Marketplace. Oh, the people live too far away, man. Can't be dealing with that. I'm looking for a pigsty. I did build one, didn't I? Might just be that it's not bringing that much in. Did I not build a pigsty? I need a search function, that's what I need. I don't think I built a pigsty. I'm sure I built a pigsty. Did I not build a pigsty? I'm convinced I built a pigsty. Then again, I've created so many kingdoms in Fabledom at this point. They're all kind of just merging into one in my mind. Because we had a pig herd, didn't we? I'm sure I built a pigsty. I'm sure I did. Am I going mad? I might be going mad. I might be going absolutely crazy. There it is! I built a pigsty. Where's the pigsty? Where's the pigsty? Pigsty, I built it over there. You're not making enough pork. We've got 0 pork. Honestly. Honestly. Polluted water, yes, we'll clean the water. Honestly. My fables are just so... Fablings even. They're just so fussy, aren't they? Like, they want clean water. They want edible food. They want houses to live in. It's not easy at the top, you know. Right, okay, so what should we do? Because the trouble is, yeah, we're sort of like fine on everything. Like, yeah, we could do with a few more eggs and some more pork. And maybe some more fish. But we're not going to starve. Like, everything's fine. We've got plenty of coal. We've got plenty of wood. Plenty of building materials. We're building a palace. We've got plenty of money. Everything's dandy. So what are we going to do? Should we purchase some territories, since we've got plenty of monies? We just buy all the territories up. Trouble is, I think I've got a bit too good at the game, and we're only playing on normal difficulty. So, like, I probably need to, you know, up the difficulty a little bit if I wanted to, you know, make it a bit more interesting. My pigs don't provide chicken wings, Fred. They provide pig wings, honestly. Chicken wings. You don't get chicken wings from pigs. You get pig wings from pigs. You not learn anything in school. Oh dear. Yeah, we're kind of fine on everything, and that's annoying because I don't want to be fine on everything because I need a reason to expand. Yeah, how many unemployed people have we got? 32! Oh, that's not good. We need more things for them to do. But there's nothing needs doing. Invade another country. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, we're trying to, like... Actually, I had a thought. Because I'm trying to become enemies with this guy because I want to know exactly, like, what you can do once you're enemies. Because you're supposed to be able to spy on them and stuff, but I don't seem to have any options to do that kind of thing. But I was thinking that's maybe not the best idea in the world because he's the merchant prince, which means he's the one who's got all the money. So when I need money and I want to trade for money, he should be like my go-to. But if you're not on good terms with them, they're harder to trade with. Like, if they like you a lot, then they're gonna, you know... be more receptive to whatever kind of deal you're offering. Mind you, he's got pretty much enough of everything. He's doing really well for himself. Yeah, so I thought maybe he wasn't the best choice to try and have a falling out with. But you know what? I'm going to send him a nasty message. Message. Yes, I am. Any missions that we can do? Ooh, risky mining gets us iron and stone. Sure, I don't need anything. That's the problem. I've become a bit too good at the game. Yeah, I think when I do my next yes, kingdom, I might put it on a higher difficulty. I'm not 100% all here today, in case you've noticed. Oh, a secret weakness. One of Farah's enemies has offered a huge reward to anyone that manages to find a weakness in her famously sturdy structures. And my hero is not a high enough level, honestly. People you have conquered will happily trade with you. I don't know about happily. Happily might be an overstatement. Yeah, we could train some people up in the army. That could, you know, help deal with our unemployment issue. We'll just build a massive army. Actually, we could build another labourers guild. That's what we should do to employ some of these townsfolk, because then we'll have more builders to build the pallet. You see, that is genius thinking. That's what that is. It's going to have to be outside the walls, however, because inside the walls are all full up. But we'll build that there. We'll prioritise that. We'll get that built, and then we can have more builders employed to build the giant palace. When are you ever 100% here? That's very true. Part of me is always on an alien planet somewhere. Usually on a beach with a load of naked Asari. Part of my brain is always there. Oh, I do make myself giggle. Oh dear. Oh no, the granary's full. We've got too much food. We've got too much of everything, man. You know what? There really should be a mechanic where, like, food spoils. So you need to get yes, yes, what am I trying to say? I don't know. You need to get, like, the ratios right. Because if you've got too much, it'll just spoil in the granaries. We don't really need a path going off up there, do we? Yet. Unless I decide to put something there. We'll just get rid Boop. Boop. And then that's a bit I cannot select. Yeah! Damn it, game! That must be one of the little bugs that hasn't been patched out yet. To be fair, this looks more like it's the official entrance, doesn't it? Down from the peasanty industrial area. Oh dear. Message delivered to Giovanni. Does he really not like me now? He really doesn't like me. I want to be his adversary. Well, what are we at the minute? Oh, we're adversary at the minute, and then we get to be nemesis. Right. Yeah, I want to be your nemesis. I want you to despise me with a burning passion, Giovanni. He doesn't look like he has feelings that strong, does he? Bless him. Little rosy cheeks and his silly ears. Oh dear. He doesn't look like he's sort of, you know, a shrewd businessman, does he? I bet he's got really good advisors. He's kind of what I imagine Louis XIII looked like. Yeah. I mean, he does, doesn't he? Like, that looks like the kind of bloke who went to war with his own mother. That was Louis XIII, wasn't it? Went to war with his own mother? I think it was. Yeah, because then his son was Louis XIV. Marie de Medici was his mother, who he went to war with. I quite like Marie de Medici. She's one of my, like, people from history who I'm quite fond of learning things about. Although not a nice woman by any stretch of the imagination. But I think she's quite fun, you know. She just tried to overthrow her own son. I kind of like that. And then she got herself banished. And then she tried to overthrow him again. And then he forgave her and let her back. And then she did a lot of, like, shrewd political manoeuvring to try to overthrow him again. And then she got exiled. She died somewhere in Italy, I think. There you go, there's your little history lesson for the day. Your monthly fees don't include Negadasari. Oh no. If only Negadasari were a real thing. Do you ever just, like, have do you have a particular thing from, like, the world of fiction that you just kind of go, I really wish that was real? Because, like, most fictional stuff, like dragons and magic and stuff like that, I mean, it's cool, but we can live without it, right? You know? And aliens and stuff like that. But do you have, like, something where you just kind of go, I just really wish that was a thing in real life, like, completely? Because for me, just Asari, yeah. But just Liara. I mean, I can live without the rest of them. You could have one thing from the world of fiction, any world, doesn't matter, to be real. What would you pick? Be a person, or a place, or a concept, or a magical power? I'm just faffing about with the settings on my heater. I turned it off briefly, but then it was too cold, so I've just turned it down to a lower setting. There you go. I just need to tell you these things so that you're immersed in the the magic of the Magpie live streams. Sorry, high on your wish list too, yeah. Yeah, they're just awesome, aren't they? They're just they're the best fictional race, I think, of anything ever. Yeah, sorry. They're so interesting. I find them fascinating. It's not just that they're like, because I read a thing somewhere that they were meant to be like the Mass Effect version of the sexy green women from Star Trek, right? But they are so much more than that. They're not just sex symbols. I mean, I know that they're, sexy blue women. But, like, there's so much more to them than that. They're so much more fascinating than that. They're just, like, their whole culture is just completely different. Do you know what I mean? They're just so everything about them, from the fact that they're monogendered, so they've got no concept of gender, and when you consider, like, gender seems to fuel our entire race, practically. It seems to, you know, have pretty much influenced every facet of history. And then things like the melding makes them interesting. And I know melding isn't like a new concept in the world of fiction. Lots of races in fictional sci-fi worlds can meld with people, but the Asari melding just seems to be kind of, I don't know, unique. They're just so unique. There's just something about them. I just find them so fascinating. I love writing Asari. And it's not just because they're sexy. That's not the only reason, but I love all of my Mass Effect fanfictions are very Asari heavy because I just love writing them. I just find them so interesting. And then the long lifespan as well. 1,000-year lifespan. Just everything about them, man. And the very unique way of procreation. They're just so interesting. Shepard's nanotech bionics were real. Yeah. Imagine if biotics were real. That would be amazing. Although it would probably do more harm than good, wouldn't it? We probably couldn't be trusted. Us Yanks are very poor on European monarch history. Well, to be fair, we don't learn a lot about stuff like that in school. We learn about our own kings and queens. We don't learn much about kings and queens of other courts. Actually, to be fair, in my school, although I went to school in Scotland, so it was a bit different, I learned more about the American War of Independence than anything else. That's like the thing that I remember most about. I can't even think what subjects I did in history at school. We did World War II, but I ended up doing World War II twice, because I did it when we were still living in England, and then when we moved to Scotland, we did it again in Scotland. Did World War I as well, in secondary school. Thing is, when I did World War II, both times it was in primary school, so it was like quite a sort of happy, cheerful version of World War II. It wasn't like the Holocaust and Auschwitz and Nazis and awful things. It was like kind of, you know, rationing and children being evacuated to nice pretty houses in the countryside and the WRVS and everybody pulling together and the land girls and the Dunkirk spirit and, you know, all of that kind of tally-ho sort of kind of stuff. That was the World War II that I learned about. They kind of skimmed over all the nasty things. I learned about all of that later. Oh, we've built a palace main hall, yay! What else did we do? Yeah, we did World War I. We did the Scottish Wars of Independence, which is the most depressing thing in the world. Well, not depressing so much as boring. It was very dull, the Scottish Wars of Independence. And then we did the American Wars of Independence, which I really enjoyed. We did the Jacobite Revolution, which I don't remember much about. And then we did Irish immigration into Scotland. That was the most depressing subject ever. When the potato famine hit and they all had to leave, and it was the ones who immigrated. I suppose it depends which side you're looking at it from, into Scotland, that we were looking at, and just like how awful their lives were and how terrible the living conditions were, and basically they all died of dysentery, and it was just really depressing. Yeah, those were the subjects we did in school. I don't remember doing anything else. It wasn't really a very... I enjoyed the American Wars of Independence. That was a fun one. The rest of them weren't particularly fun, to be honest. But yeah, I just know a lot about monarchs because I'm interested. And I know about Marie de Medici because Louis XIII is the king in The Three Musketeers. And I think I've mentioned before, the BBC did a little series called The Musketeers. It was just 3 seasons long, which was like an adaptation of The Three Musketeers. It was really, really good. And she turns up in an episode, Marie de Medici. She turns up and tries to, like, overthrow her son. And in the story, like they worked into the story that like Louis actually had a secret twin brother who was horrifically disfigured and he was hidden away from the world, and then he had a son and she was trying to depose her own son and put her grandson on the throne, kind of thing. And I was so curious. I was like, did that actually happen? And the thing about him having a disfigured twin brother, no. But the thing about his mother trying to overthrow him, that was true. So that was how I ended up learning about Marie de Medici. And she was played by Tara Fitzgerald, is that her name? Of Tara Fitzpatrick? She was in Game of Thrones. It's Tara something. Anyway. Yanks learn of World War II as John Wayne saving Europeans. Yeah. I think when we're in Britain, when we do about World War II in school, it always seems quite jolly and cheerful because, of course, we never got invaded. And it was when I was much older and I sort of started learning about it on my own that, like, the true horrors of it actually hit me. Because, it's not like... I mean, obviously I knew that, like, you know... Well, I knew vaguely, like, what had been going on in Europe. But I'd never really thought about it. Because when you learn about it in school, you learn about it from the British perspective. And it's all kind of like, yeah, I mean, we never got invaded. And it was sort of... A lot of good actually came out of it in a lot of ways. I mean, a lot of marriages came out of it, particularly from, like, when the Americans came across, of course, because they brought things with them, like chocolate and stockings, nylon stockings, and things like that. But also, like, the German prisoners of war. I mean, a lot of them never went back to Germany. They decided to stay. Because they weren't really prisoners. They were sort of like... I mean, my grandma used to talk about... She would... seeing the German prisoners of war... They were allowed to just walk around the village and, like, go to the shops and things like that, and she would quite often see them. So basically, they were prisoners, as in they weren't allowed to go back to Germany. And they were put to work on the farms and things like that, but they weren't, like, prisoners like the Brits who were taken... Well, like, the people that the Germans took captive. They weren't prisoners like that. And a lot of them decided just to stay. And the Italian prisoners of war as well. And there were a lot of marriages came out of it. We've had some people die, apparently. We've better put some commoners to work in there. I was going somewhere with all of that, and I can't remember where I was going with it now. Oh yeah, but like, yeah, so when you learn about World War II in British schools, it always seems quite jolly and like, oh, it was quite a... You know, it seems quite... I was focused on this sort of, like, you know, the keep calm and carry on kind of thing, and how everybody just pulled together and got it done, and it was all kind of, like, you know, wonderful and everything. And it wasn't until I was older, and I'd left school, and I was kind of looking into it, that, like, the true horrors of it actually hit me, because it never really... I'd never thought about it in that way. Do you know what I mean? It was a German TV show that I was watching. It was in German, but it had subtitles. About a young group of Germans going through the war, and like two of them were soldiers and one was a nurse, and then there was another one who was having an affair with a Nazi officer, and it was just like how their lives panned out. And I can't remember what it was called now. It was proper harrowing though, like it really dark, hard hitting stuff. And that was the moment where I kind of sat there and thought, shit, it was actually a pretty awful time, wasn't it? Because that's just kind of not how it's portrayed, really. But anyway. I'll tell you what else was interesting. We had another series over here called Home Fires that ITV did. It was really good. It ran for 2 seasons and then it got cancelled and there was absolute fucking uproar. There was a massive petition to try and get it back, but they didn't manage to get it back, and then it ended up carrying on as a series of books. But it was about a branch of the WI during World War II. And it was brilliant. It was really good. It was set in like a little village in the English countryside, and it was, you know, about how the women all pulled together to get through the war, kind of thing. And season 2, so season 1 was set like in the immediate aftermath of the war being declared. So it's still very early days and the men haven't left yet, kind of thing. And then season 2 was set during the Battle of Britain. And it's funny when you look at history with hindsight, because you know what happened. You kind of assume that everybody else knew what was going to happen at the time, when of course they didn't. And what had never occurred to me is that they didn't know that they weren't going to get invaded. We know now that Britain never got invaded, but they didn't know that they weren't going to get invaded. And what that season managed to capture, which I'd never even crossed my mind before, was the fear, like the genuine terror that they could get invaded just at any moment. Like there's one bit where it's Steph, the farmer's wife, she's working in the fields and she hears a twig snap behind her. And you can just see the fear on her face, because for all she knows, it could be the Nazis invading. And like, I had never thought of that before. It had never occurred to me that, like, because of course, you know, they didn't know that they weren't going to get invaded. In fact, you know, they were pretty convinced that they were going to get invaded for a long time. So, and that was interesting, because I'd never thought of that before either, like the genuine fear. And there was this beautiful scene, because they had, oh, Welsh friends here. Hello, Welsh friend. I'm just giving a history lesson. Where was I? Oh yes, the bells. So the church bells. So that was going to be the signal. For if the Nazis invaded, was they were going to ring the church bells, right? Because everybody lived within hearing of church bells, and the churches were all like, so you would hear church bells ringing, and then you would ring your own church bells, and like the church bells would ring out across the country, and that was how people would know that we'd been invaded, right? But it meant that the bells had to be silent the rest of the time. So they had this silencing of the bells, where the bells rang one final time before going silent, and then nobody was allowed to ring the church bells anymore, until either victory was declared or the country got invaded. And they had this beautiful scene in the church where they rang the bells for the last time before the bells fell silent. And that was something I'd never... It's weird, you just don't think about it. You just kind of think, oh, they were all having this wonderful jolly time kind of getting through the war. And it's like, no, they weren't. They were terrified. They lived in absolute fear. You know, it's interesting. Anyway, so yeah, that's been my little history lesson for the day. There'll probably be more. There's not much else exciting going on in the game at the minute. We could build a few more chicken coops to get some more eggs. We could build some more bakeries to get some more bread. We could build a whole new village. I want to get my palace built first, though. I think that is my main priority at the moment, but it's going to take a wee while. It's going to take all of my building materials, most likely. Anybody give me any more tangents to go off on? I feel like this week's going to be tangent heavy. I'm in a very tangent-y mood. Very tangent-y, even more than normal. Oh dear. Yes, I am considering returning to the Dragon Age live streams, but I'm not going to carry on with Inquisition. At least not straight away, because we've got news of Dragon Age 4. I might even have a release date. What I want to do is I want to do a playthrough of like my canon characters. So I'd start again at Origins with my canon Warden, do Origins and Awakening, and then do Dragon Age 2. Although I've never decided on my canon Hawk. I've had a few possibles, but I've never actually decided definitely who my canon Hawk is. But we'll pick one. and then do Inquisition with my Canon Inquisitor if we can get through it, because it was a bit of a slog, wasn't it? Like worse than I remembered it being. But then I'll have my Canon playthrough ready to go, you see, for when Dragon Age 4 comes out. Common Misconception is here. Hello, Common Misconception. You missed my whole history lesson, Common Misconception. Jesus. Yeah, my throat's giving out on me a bit because I had a cold earlier in the week. I'm recovered from that cold now, but my throat's still a bit big. So you know. Oh my god, we're up to 4 viewers. My heart can't take it. Hey dear. Well, we've had some new missions pop up. I want a mission that's going to annoy Giovanni. See if that's going to make him happy. I don't want a mission that's going to make him happy. I want a mission that's going to annoy him. He's an arsehole. I've just decided to take against him. I want to know if I can go to war with him. I don't think I can, but I want to know if I can. Ooh, I can get pink stuff. I need pink stuff. We'll get some pink stuff. There we go. Because I cannot make my own pink stuff or mine my own pink stuff, so I have to rely on other people for pink stuff. Are you aware of the poem The Chaos? No, I am not. Is it an accurate description of my live streams? Pink stuff like cotton candy? No, like that stuff that you clean your bathroom with, which is called pink stuff. And it's actually very good. I like pink stuff. Pink stuff will clean everything, won't it? And it is called pink stuff. That is its actual name. That's not me calling it that. Its actual name, its actual brand name is pink stuff. It's often described as a classic English poem containing about 800 of the worst irregularities in English spelling and pronunciation. Cool. Oh my god, we're up to 5 viewers. This is far too much pressure. I can't deal with this many people. It's not the day for everybody to be turning up, alright? This always happens, that when I'm just kind of like in a kind of sort of mood, is when everybody decides to turn up. And I'm like, no, go away, man. Come back on a better day, Jesus. Oh dear. We're starting to finish Bioshock, don't we? That just popped into my head then. I was getting a bit bored of it though, even with my canny workaround of just playing my music. I was still getting a bit bored of it. Oh, I've just noticed that's got my little symbol at the top of it. Oh, how cute! I've never noticed that before. My palace has my little coat of arms at the top of it. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, and my colours on the flag. Oh, that's a nice little attention to detail. Ooh, they've built my Ministry of Diplomacy. That's good. That tree is literally growing across the door to like the main entrance of my palace. And you can't even like just tell them to chop it down. I would have to like put a road there to get rid of the tree. And then put another one there. There we go. Oh, it looks a bit messy though. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. Get rid of that. Get rid of it. And then we've got a nice bit of grass around there, which is lovely. But then you see it just looks overgrown, doesn't it? What I need more foundations. That's what I need, but I don't think I can add any more now. Select hub. Oh no, I can't. Oh, but I can't because the area is occupied. You know what I should do? You know what I should do is get rid of those foundations because I don't need them. They just look better than the path, don't they? There we go, that's a bit better. A little bit. Not much, but a little bit. We'll neaten it up once it's all built. Oh, we're back down to 3 viewers, thank God. Oh, I was getting a bit worried there. It's alright, we've scared them off. Must be the only YouTuber in the world who begs you to stop watching. Everybody else is like and subscribe, guys. I'm like, oh, piss off, man, will you? You put too much pressure on me. Send help. We are spying on a nearby troll camp. Our brother told us they have all kinds of riches. By no fault of our own, we were captured. We're too pretty to die, aren't we all? Send your army on a mission to rescue important nobles. Ah, so this is one of the missions that gets us nobles. So this is how you get nobles. You don't get nobles, like, they don't just come into your kingdom like commoners and nobles do. You have to, like, do special missions to get them. So, yes, I shall go and save some helpless nobles. There we go. Who are too pretty to die. Send. Oh, I've already sent you a message. Apparently, I've already sent him a message. You ran yesterday and was so tired from running that you squandered your Friday evening sleeping. I'm freaking knackered today, and I don't know why. I think I had too much sugar yesterday. I think that's what it was. Because I made a carrot cake and some lemon shortbread. But I've been really good the rest of the week. I was really good up until I made the carrot cake. And I've been really good today. So, you know, it's all about balance, isn't it? Yeah, I took a carrot cake into work and some lemon shortbread. As you do. Imagine the terror if Magpie suddenly became a viral success with thousands of viewers. You would never hear from me again. I would end the channel, I would delete every video, I would be gone forever. That's why I'm not going to make videos of Dragon Age 4 when it comes out. We'll wait a bit for the hype to die down and then we'll make videos. Yeah. No. I can't be dealing with people. Oh, Fred was at the gym this morning. Hang on a minute, what time is it over there? It's still pretty early over there, isn't it? Mind you, I'm saying that. I get up at 4:30 every morning, so you know. Do we want wood and coal? I suppose we can get some wood and some coal. Why not? 11:30. Oh, I thought it was earlier than that. I'm with common misconception. There's too many people in the gym. Yeah, that's not a thing. You know, I'm not a social person. Anything that involves people. It's not that I don't like people. It's just that I'm not comfortable around them. I think I maybe need to do something about it though, because like genuinely, my entire life revolves around it, like to the point where if I need to nip out to get some bread, literally the first thing that goes through my mind is how many people will there be? Like how busy is it going to be? Like what day is it? What time of day is it? How busy is it likely to be? How many people am I going to have to interact with? Like, because like if I go to Lidl, they don't have self-service checkouts, so I'm going to at least have to interact with one checkout person. But if I go to like Asda, that does have self-service checkouts, so I might not have to speak to anybody. Like literally, that is what goes through my head with everything. And you have no idea how much stuff I just don't do because I'll have to interact with humans. Like, that's not healthy, is it? That's not normal. That's something that needs to be worked on, I think. So, like, I never eat out, you know, ever. Unless I'm forced into it. Because, like, but I'll have to talk to people. Like, yeah. And the stupid thing is, it's like, I mean, I do want to. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's not like I don't want to, it's just like something holds us back. I want to be the kind of person who enjoys that sort of thing. You know what I mean? But I'm not. Anyway. Tidy up these foundations a little bit. I'm planning on getting a new tattoo for when I'm 30. Because, like, I got my first tattoo when I was 18, because I was finally old enough to get a tattoo. I got my second tattoo when I was 25. So, my third tattoo, I'm going to go for when I'm 30, which is later on this year. The people outside are just as afraid of you as you are of them. Are they? Really? Oh dear. Fred has a tattoo! What's your tattoo of, Fred? If you want to tell me. If you don't want to tell me, just make something up. Yeah, I have so many tattoos I want. I don't have enough skin for all the tattoos that I want. But I want to get my... Hang on. I'll roll my sleeve up and I'll show you on cat cam. Oh! So you know my spacey tattoo? Hang on. Whoop. There, my spacey tattoo. I want to get it added to round there with like did I actually put cat cam on there to show you? Yes, I did. With like little cartoony spacemen or space women, space people, and each one like. I mean, I'm not a big one for symbolism. I'm not one of those people who likes their tattoos to have lots of meaning and stuff like that. But I would like 3 little cartoony spacemen, each one representing like a different part of me. Do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna have one that's like reading a book, and then another one who's doing, I don't know. But I'm still working on it. But anyway, that's what I want on there. And then my other arm, because this is my sci-fi arm, so I want my other arm to be like my fantasy arm and just be full of dragons and witches and things like that. And I would quite like... I want a full back tattoo. Because I never show my back off. I never wear anything that shows my back off because I've got a scar right between my shoulder blades. And it's not one of those nice sexy scars. It's quite a horrible ugly scar. And I just don't think I've got a nice back generally, to be honest. But I thought if I got a full back tattoo... Because I've seen people who have like full back tattoos and they wear like backless dresses and things like that and it looks amazing. So... yeah, I want a full back tattoo, but I don't know what of. But that I'll probably have to save up for about fucking 10 years, because that'll cost a fortune. But... you got a Celtic knot, have you? Yes, I quite fancy a Celtic knot, actually. Because I would like... Because you know I'm a mythology nerd. Well, in Celtic mythology, there is a warrior called... I don't know how to pronounce it. The best pronunciation I ever found, because I've found lots of different pronunciations for it on the internet. And it's an Irish name, so the one that I go with was the person who sounded the most Irish that I found, who pronounced it Scahawk. But it's spelt like Scathaach. I think it's something like that. But anyway, the Isle of Skye is named after her, but she wasn't a real person. She is a myth. Well, she probably wasn't a real person. She might have been a real person, but she's not generally accepted to be a real person. But the Isle of Skye is named after her. But she's this kind of, well, your typical kind of Celtic red-headed warrior woman, sort of Boudica style, you know. Except Boudica was fucking mental. But I love her because when you read mythology, you very rarely find anybody who's that relatable. I'm looking for a worthy ruler to serve, but I won't join just any kingdom. I need some proof that your kingdom deserves someone of my standing. I'm not one of your backwater little fablings. Did you just call my fablings backwater? I am a noble. If you want me to be part of my kingdom, you'll have to earn it. Okay, what do you want? Collect 10,000 coins? Yeah, I'll do that. Need bother, love. Do I have a... I don't even have a time limit. Puh! Puh! Give me a challenge. What was I talking about? Scahawk, yeah. The myth surrounding her is... It's just one of my favourite myths because it's just so... Like, yeah, like, in mythology you don't find people who are that relatable. And women in particular are never portrayed well. Like, if you read, like, Greek and Roman mythologies, every man is a sex-fueled rapist who just can't control himself, and every woman is hysterical and vengeful and jealous and just does crazy shit, like kills her own children and feeds them to her husband in revenge for him being unfaithful. Like it's just like you don't find many people who you can kind of look up to and go, oh, you're a really nice, great person who I feel like I can... And Scahawk's one of them. Like, she's just really cool. She runs a school on the Isle of Skye where she trains warriors. That's what she does. Right, and it's funny because I just find her quite normal and quite sort of relatable and I don't know, she just seems like a really cool heroine. I mean, don't get me wrong, lots of crazy shit goes on around her, but it's a really good story that she's in. If you want to look her up, her and how do you say Cahulin? I think it is, the famous Irish warrior who also didn't exist, but he's sort of like the Celtic version of Hercules, because she trained him. That's where she comes into the story, is that she trained Cahulin. And yeah, it's a mental story, but it's a very entertaining story where, like, he kind of falls in love with her daughter and all sorts of mad stuff happens. Yeah. So anyway, I want a tattoo of her as well because she's awesome. Because I read a lot of myths, and very rarely do I find anybody who I actually kind of go, oh, they're a really cool person. Mostly I kind of read them and go, wow, everybody's fucking mental. I mean, everybody around her is mental, but she seems quite cool. Her sister's mental, because her sister turns up in the story and is just fucking mental. But then she's just quite kind of cool. Just tidying up these foundations. Well, one of the few things that I like about summer, because you know I'm not a summer person, I don't really enjoy summer, but one of the few things that I do like about summer is you get to see everybody's tattoos, because everybody, you know, gets their legs out and things, don't they? People come in wearing shorts and tank tops and stuff like that. You get to see everybody's tattoos. I love that. I love looking at people's tattoos. Just kind of going, ooh, that's a nice tattoo. Also, what I love about her is she's not a virgin, which most warrior women from myths usually are, aren't they? When you think of people like Artemis and stuff like that, they always have to be virgins. It's like, why? Why do they have to be a virgin in order to be strong? It's an idea they seem to have, isn't it? It feeds into the whole, even like, you know, Elizabeth I with the Virgin Queen, although she almost certainly wasn't. In fact, they reckon she had a secret son, Elizabeth I. Which, when I first heard that, I thought, oh, come off it. That's just got to be one of those stupid conspiracy theories that Elizabeth I had a secret son. But when you actually look into it, there is pretty good evidence to suggest that she may have actually had a secret son. There was certainly a child born who was smuggled out of the palace. And there is quite good reason to assume that he might have been Elizabeth's son. There is quite good evidence to support the possibility. Doesn't mean that he was, but... Which would, I think, go to some way explaining why she never named an heir. Because I've never understood why Elizabeth I didn't name an heir. I mean, there's a few theories, because the most what's the word I'm looking for? Suitable candidate, let's say, was James, who did end up succeeding her. But she hated James, and she didn't want him to take the throne, right? So there's a theory that, like, she never named him as her successor because she hated him. But there were other people who she could have named. So, like, if she hated him that much and didn't want him to take the throne, why didn't she just name somebody else? And I mean, I've always wondered whether she was just a bit bitter and twisted by that point, because I mean, she was like that, Elizabeth, wasn't she? She was quite bitter, and she was quite sort of like... And I don't know, I kind of get the feeling that she is the kind of person who would just go, you know what, fuck the lot of you, I don't actually care what happens to the country after I'm dead. You know, I'm not going to name an heir, you can sort it out amongst yourselves, I don't give a shit. She, you know, she was that kind of type. I can sort of believe her maybe doing that. So that might have been why. Sorry, I'm just having a little hum to myself. What were we talking about? Elizabeth first. And, oh, she never named an heir. Yeah, but there were like other people who could have taken the throne, and there was one who she seemed to favour particularly, was a girl called Arbella, who was, I think, she was some kind of direct descendant from Henry VI. I can't remember exactly how it was, but she seemed to, Elizabeth seemed to favour her at court, and would sort of, you know, say to people, basically, you'd better be nice to her because she might be queen one day, kind of thing. But then, yeah, that never happened. She ended up dying in the Tower. It's quite rare for nobles to end up in the Tower. Normally when they got imprisoned, they didn't go to the Tower. They sort of like, you know, were shuffled off to some nice country home somewhere, and like they were technically a prisoner. They were like, it would be, you know, looked after by some lord, and like they were technically a prisoner, as in they weren't allowed to leave, but they also had servants waiting on them hand and foot, and it was all kind of quite lovely and nice. It was rare for them to actually end up in the Tower. Elizabeth herself was in the Tower for a while, because Mary put her there. Which is another thing that doesn't make a lot of sense. Why? Sometimes you read about things that people did in history and you just kind of think, I really wish I understood why they did that. Like, why did Mary put Elizabeth in the Tower? Because, I mean, she had to have Elizabeth arrested because there was a plot to overthrow Mary and put Elizabeth on the throne. But I don't think Elizabeth had anything to do with it. Like, I don't think Elizabeth knew anything about it. Like, she wasn't plotting to try and overthrow Mary. This is her sister Mary we're talking about, by the way. There were a lot of Marys. But her sister Mary, Bloody Mary, who was queen. Yeah. Yeah, there was a plot to overthrow Mary and put Elizabeth on the throne. But Elizabeth wasn't involved in it. Like, she hadn't orchestrated it or anything. She was just a pawn, and she didn't even know anything about it, I don't think. But anyway, when it all came out, Mary had to have Elizabeth arrested because she was a threat just by existing, even if she wasn't, you know, actually part of the plot itself. So she had to have her arrested, but she threw her in the Tower. Which was like, just think, why? Because, I mean, as far as we can tell, up until that point, they'd actually had quite a good sisterly relationship, Mary and Elizabeth. Although they had every reason to hate each other. Well, Mary had every reason to hate Elizabeth, certainly. But they'd actually been quite close, really, it seemed. And then she threw Elizabeth in the Tower, which was, like, particularly cruel, considering Elizabeth's mother was in the Tower before she was executed. It's just weird. And then, like, they never really recovered from that. Like, their relationship never recovered from that. It was always quite frosty. Although, fascinatingly, they're buried in the same tomb. It's kind of just a little bit hilarious, I always think. Anyway. You ever tried chanting Bloody Mary in front of the mirror? No, I never did the Bloody Mary thing. Hey, poor Mary. She's a bit mental, isn't she? People always say that we do queens better than we do kings in England. And I'm like, do we? I mean, we haven't had that many. I mean, like, I know Elizabeth I, like, reigned over the Golden Age and all of that. But she wasn't perfect. She also started the slave trade, so, you know. Yeah. And then, obviously, Elizabeth II. I think arguably the greatest monarch in history. But then when you look at, like, Anne and Mary, and even Victoria. I mean, Victoria, I don't know. I mean, I like Victoria. I think she was quite a character, but she wasn't exactly what you would call emotionally stable, was she? Although, if you start bringing in the queens by marriage, maybe we do queens better than we do kings. Queens are always more interesting than the kings, I always think. Oh, look at the giant numbers! Yeah. There's a cat on my windowsill making noises. Oh, I've got 2 nobles. Oh my goodness, I could have had bloody nobles working all this time. I need nobles in the feast hall, because then we can get feast supplies, and then we can throw a feast, and then we can marry Ramon. All the important things. Could just carry on talking about monarchs if that's what we want to do. I don't know, can anybody think of another tangent for us to go off on? I'm short on ideas. I'm gonna have to go blow my nose in a second. So the Bloody Mary thing with the chant, where you're meant to chant Bloody Mary in the mirror and then something happens, is that the same Bloody Mary as in Queen Mary, or is it a different Bloody Mary? I've always wondered that. Also, why did they call her Bloody Mary? I've never quite understood that. Because they talk about, oh, it's because she killed the Protestants. I mean, Elizabeth killed more Catholics than Mary killed Protestants. I suppose it's because the Protestants won, isn't it? So... yeah. That means they're heralded as the good guys. But you see, the ones who win are always the good guys. It doesn't matter who it is. If you win, you're the good guys, because at that point, you know, you're the ones in charge. Therefore, you get to decide that you're the good guys. I mean, I know she had them burned at the stake, which was like considered an unreasonably cruel method of execution, but still. How many Bloody Marys are there? Well, that is the question, isn't it? How many Bloody Marys are there? Knackered? I don't know why I'm knackered. I'm just knackered. It has been a hell of a week. Oh, work is not good at the minute. Jesus. I don't even understand why. Like, I don't know what's happened. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not like the shifts are horrible or anything like that. It's not that. I'm not dreading going into work or anything like that. It's just, it seems very busy. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. Have you seen the video on the Star Wars Hotel? No, I have not. I don't think. Is that the Star Wars Hotel at Disney World? Disneyland? Is it Disneyland or Disney World? Disneyland? It's Disneyland, isn't it? They used to put something in the fire when they burn people at the stake so the smoke is thick and knocks them out. Did they? I know they would sometimes do things like... they had a whole thing where they wanted... They always wanted the crowd to approve of what they were doing, because the execution was supposed to be a righteous thing. Like, it wasn't actually a punishment. It was meant to be, you were kind of giving them an honourable death. You're giving them the chance the chance to repent, and if they repented, then they got an honourable death, and then, you know, they would be allowed into heaven kind of thing. So it wasn't... It was meant to be seen as a good thing. And if they thought that the crowd... Oh, here come the witches. I'll spend my money and get rid of the witches. If they thought that the crowd were going to sympathise too much with whoever was being executed, they would do things like they would sort of sneakily slit their throat or something like that before they lit the fire, so that they wouldn't be like screaming or you know, and therefore causing distress. And they would also do things like sometimes if somebody was being burned at the stake, one of their friends might sort of sneak up somewhere high and shoot an arrow through their head before the fire started, so that they wouldn't have to burn them to death. Burned to death. I know things like that went on. Oh, did the Star Wars Hotel close? I didn't know it closed. Didn't it only like just open not too long ago? I remember there being a huge thing about it when it opened. Because wasn't it like stupidly overpriced or something? And people said it wasn't actually that much of an experience. I'm assuming that's why it closed. Can't remember when it opened. I want a Mass Effect hotel with actual Asari. Not women dressed as Asari, actual Asari. Just invent them. There must be somebody in a lab somewhere who can just invent some Asari for us. Make it happen. Because you know what, I find like Asari cosplays really terrifying. You know, when people dress up as Liara or Samara or something like that, I don't like that at all. I think it's freaky. I don't enjoy it. I'm not the biggest fan of cosplay generally. I mean, they have to be really good. Because I just think they just look... They scare me. Like, it's right up there with, like, clowns and ventriloquist dummies. There's just something not right about it. I don't like it. Proper freaks me out. Unless they're, like, really good. Like, I did once see a really, really good... it was Josephine and Liliana from Dragon Age. I saw a cosplay of them, and it was really good. But it has to be really good, otherwise I find it a bit freaky. Or if it's like something like, you know, when they dress up as like Mandalorians or something like that and the face is covered, that's alright. It's like a full armor thing. And there's a brilliant video of what's her name who plays the armorer in The Mandalorian. I can't remember her name. Where she went to a convention dressed as the armorer and nobody knew it was her. Everybody just thought it was someone who was really good at the voice. And she walked around this whole convention dressed as the armorer. That's a really good video, actually. It only lasted 18 months, did it? Wow. What would be funny is if Asari randomly existed, then they haven't put videos of playthrough. Yeah, imagine if they're out there somewhere. That would change our understanding of the universe, wouldn't it? If, like, aliens who have been dreamed up in video games just suddenly turned out to be real. It would be like, what? Better to burn to death than drown in boiling oil. Yeah. Was Henry VIII who brought in the boiling oil thing, I think. Oh, I think they did it before that. They did it in, like, medieval times and things like that, but he brought in that as a punishment for something. You know, Henry VIII, I think, because Henry VIII is so studied, like, more than most of the monarchs. We're back onto monarchs. Just shut up, I'm in a monarchs mood. Because, yeah, he's studied so much, like, more than most of the other monarchs. One of the reasons is because when he broke away from Rome, and there was the dissolution of the monasteries, they destroyed a lot of the historical records and basically wiped out everybody who had come before. Because they wanted this to be like year zero. It starts with us. We're reinventing everything. We're reinventing the country, and it starts now when we forget about everything that's gone before. So all the monarchs that came before Henry VIII, we know much less about because they basically like just wiped them out, really. Just wiped out the records. That's one of the reasons why he's the one who's studied the most, is because we just know the most about him. But yeah, but because he's like studied the most and the one who's taught the most and everybody knows the most about him and stuff like that, you kind of look at him and sort of assume he was typical of, you know, your average monarch. But when you start to study other monarchs, you realise just how uncommonly cruel Henry VIII actually was. Because, like, other kings weren't going around having their wives' heads chopped off. That wasn't a thing. Anne Boleyn was the first English queen in history to be executed. And then after he'd executed her, he bloody well executed Catherine Howard as well. So he executed 2 English queens. Previously, no English queen had ever been executed. He executed 2 of them. And he had 2 of his marriages annulled. I mean, like, other kings didn't do that. That wasn't a thing. I mean, Charles II's wife couldn't give him children. She couldn't bear children at all. She never gave him an heir. And he didn't even have the marriage annulled. Never mind having her executed. He just kept her as queen. So, you know. But he's kind of known, Henry VIII, he's kind of known as the torture king because he brought in a lot of new torture methods and new laws around torture and stuff like that. And you can tell just how extreme a lot of his torture methods were that he brought in. Because when his son Edward took the throne, bearing in mind Edward was a teenager, I think was he 13 when he took the throne? Something like that. He revoked a lot of his father's laws around torture. So when a 13-year-old boy is looking at this stuff and going, yeah, that's a bit harsh actually, Dad, I think I'm just gonna go back on all of that, you kind of realise how cruel a lot of the stuff must have actually been. Like, he was an incredibly cruel king. He was yeah, not a nice person at all. William the First always seemed kind of neat. I don't know so much about William the First, to be honest. Not really my kind of period. I like the Charleses, Charles the First and Charles the Second, that kind of period, and Louis the 13th and 14th of France, because they sort of mirror each other. Charles the First was married to Louis the 13th's sister, Henrietta Maria. It was one of the rare love matches where the king and queen were actually in love with each other. Which was very rare, because of course marriages were arranged and they would usually like not meet each other until they were married. Sometimes they could even get married without meeting each other, because they did sort of weird proxy marriage things where they would do these odd, I can't quite remember, but they had this odd way of like, yeah, they were like proxy marriages, so they would be married before they'd ever even met. They would be like in different countries but married. They would even do proxy consummations, so the marriage would be consummated but not actually by the king. It would be like a representative of the king would consummate the marriage, but he wouldn't actually have sex with the queen. It was like there's one where they like touched thighs or something like that, and that was considered consummation. Like, honestly, some freaking crazy shit went on. I don't have enough nobility to deal with the Wicked Witch. What's going to happen? The witch has turned all your fablings into skeletons. While this effect remains, fablings' hunger has doubled. Days remaining 20. Well, we've got plenty of food, haven't we? I've got little skeletons wandering around. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, look at my little adorable skeletons. Oh, look at... Oh, he's got a little gold tooth. Oh, there's different ones, because he's got a gold tooth, and he hasn't got a... He's got a gold tooth in a different place. Oh, look at them. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, all this time I've been chasing the witch away. I should have just let her turn my fablings into skeletons. It's so cute. It's only for 20 days, guys. It's fine. Oh, look at them. The chickens haven't been turned into skeletons, I noticed. That would have been doubly adorable. Oh, look at all my little skeleton people. Oh, they're so cute. Little cute skeletons. Oh, I'm going to let the witch do this all the time from now on. That's my little fawn who wanders around doing whatever he's doing. There we go. Oh, look at my little skeletons. Oh, look at them carrying their little boxes. Oh, it's the most adorable curse I've ever seen in my life. Oh dear. My town hall full of little skeletons now. Oh, oh, look at them. Oh. Oh, you're so adorable. Oh, but my army haven't been turned into skeletons. That's interesting. Everybody else has. But the army, they were like, no, we're not going to fuck with the army. They've got swords. She was like, I'm not going to annoy the army. They might come after me. Oh, look at my little skeleton people. They're so cute. Oh, dear. Are you a soldier? Because you do not look like a soldier. You look more like I don't know, an entertainer of some kind. You're quite adorable, though. Look at my army just gathered outside my embassy. I think that's because that's where they automatically go when they return from a mission. And I just leave them there because I can't be bothered to move them. A town with a skeleton population. Good premise for a horror story. You think this is a good premise for a horror story? They're the most adorable skeletons I've ever seen in my life. Oh, Viral Effects is here. Hello, Viral Effects. You have tuned into the right live stream. So far, all we have done is discuss monarchs from history. That is all we have done. I've just been giving history lessons. This is just a history lesson disguised as a Fabledom live stream. That's what's going on right now. Never did deal with that stone giant. I think we needed a lot of nobility, didn't we? And we currently have 0, so yeah. Oh, even my nobles have been turned into skeletons. Oh, look, they're so cute. Oh, oh, hi. Hi, little skeleton person. Look at you. How do you see? You don't have any eyes. You know the skeletons in Pirates of the Caribbean? You know when they turn into skeletons in the moonlight? Did they have eyes? I'm trying to remember. I think they did they? I'm sure they had eyes when they were in skeleton form. It was just a random thought popped in my head. Are they doing another Pirates of the Caribbean? Did I hear somewhere that they're going to do another Pirates of the Caribbean, but not with Johnny Depp? Because if Johnny Depp ain't in it, I'm not watching it. Just saying. How many more days left? 11 days left of skeletonism. Right, I'm going to take a quick break. But I'm not going to put the kitten break screen up. I'm going to leave my town running and see what disasters have befallen it when I come back. So talk amongst yourselves, I won't be long. I'm back. Sorry, I've just gone and got my phone. I normally leave my phone in the other room, but you know what? Sometimes when I do these live streams, I just don't feel like talking about the game that I'm playing, and I just want to have a bit of a chat. You know, I just want to turn up and have a chat. So I'm looking for tangent fuel. And my mother's sending me things on WhatsApp. She's put something in the WhatsApp group chat that I've got with my mum and my brother. And I don't understand the reference, but my brother does, so apparently it's something from before my time. I don't know. He is 13 years older than me, so you know. He's from a different generation, my brother. Yeah, I thought if we maybe, you know... I don't know what tangent fuel I'm going to find on my phone. Oh, it's snowing. Are they still skeletons? 4 days left. Our food's not even going down that much. I've still got plenty of veg. We really do need more, like, pork and stuff. I want to get my palace built before we do anything else, though, because we do need to expand and, like, you know, build more of a village and stuff like that. We need to get this sorted first, but yeah, we're running out of building materials. I could go and trade for some, but fuck it. Yeah, just looking for tangent fuel. Oh, but I might have to... I was going to say I could look at my newsfeed, but then I'd have to turn it back on, and I don't want to do that because I turned it off because I was spending too much time reading shite. Yeah, there's no tangent fuel on my phone. Oh, look, I'm live streaming. Sorry, I just went onto YouTube and I'm there, live streaming. I'm live on the internet. Oh my goodness. What's the main industry of Mike Pandora besides tangents? Well, we're doing pretty well on swords. We've got lots of swords. Which reminds me, I was training people up, wasn't I? For the army. It's probably time to train some more up, if I can remember where my army is. There we are. Train some more up. Train some little skeleton soldiers up. Yeah. Grape juice, we're doing pretty well on that. We're just doing well on everything, really. We're doing too well on everything. Should we trade for some building materials, then? Trade with somebody who really likes us. You really like us. Have you got... What do we need? Stone bricks. Right, I want all of your stone bricks. 4. Oh, a pitiful amount of swords. 21 swords for all of your stone bricks. Okay, we'll have that. That seems good. And planks. I want all of your planks. No, all of your planks. There we go. And I'll give you some more swords. There we go, because she doesn't have that many swords. So there you go. There we go. And Farah, darling, dearest, light of my life, what have you got? You've also got 100 stone bricks. And 100 planks. And would you like some swords? Yeah, swords are doing it for you too. Oh, this is my main industry, Fred. Just swords. Just so many swords. So many swords. And Winifred, my favourite. Oh, you've only got 44 stone bricks. Ooh, hard luck, love. And 100. She probably doesn't need as many swords. Oh no, she's pretty keen on the old swords as well. Oop, 28 swords. There we go. There we go, and there we go. That's got us some building materials. Help us build our palace. So you're an arms trader? Yeah, I'm an arms trader. Let's go with that. I'm an arms trader. I trade in people's arms. People cut off their arms and bring them to me. Then I sell those arms on. Imagine a society where it is all swords. They have no knowledge of knives. Bakers cut bread with a sword. Surgeons operate with a sword. People spread butter with a sword. You know something, viral effects? Sometimes I look at your comments and I'm just like, that is a person who is on my wavelength. The way your mind works is just a beautiful thing. Wait, you don't use swords for all those things? Have you seen the video of the Queen cutting the cake with a sword? You probably have, because it was everywhere after she died, where she's cutting a cake with a sword. It's the funniest thing. Do I need more stone? I probably don't. No. No, I don't need more stone. I've got more stone deposits somewhere. How are my stone deposits doing anyway? Oh, I've got plenty of stone left, man. Arms trading sounds like a 2-point hospital thing. It does, doesn't it? Oh dear. Oh my god, hello. You snuck up on me there, Puds. No, don't. Oh god. Oh, don't go on the back of my chair. Don't do that. You're too heavy. You're going to snap this chair in half. What do you do? No. 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 What are you doing? No. No. Stop. No. Puds. No. 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 Scorps. Come on, man. How well, lad? What are you doing? Am I going to have to put cat cam on you? If I can even manoeuvre it into a place where they might be able to see you. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't know if you've got a particularly good view of him. I don't think you have, actually. And I've got nowhere to put my mouse now because there's a cat in the way. Just, you are too much. Are you too much? You're too much. Where can I put this camera where they can see you? I don't know. I might just have to hold it. Like, you can't even find a convenient place, can you? There. Oh. Oh. What are you doing? 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 Scorps, what are you doing? Just leave the camera there. There. You might be able to see him. You're so beautiful. Are you the most beautifulest putty? Oh, have you got your head stuck? No, don't put your head in there. He had his head stuck in some of the wires. He broke my blind the other day. Because, you know the thing? The hoojit thing. The thingamahoojet. Hang on, I'll show you on CatCam because I can't think of what it's called. That thing that makes it go up and down. That thing. Well, the blind in my bedroom, he was on my bedroom windowsill through the night. And I was kind of I kept sort of like half waking up and being like vaguely aware of like a slight commotion going on the windowsill. But he wasn't meowing or anything like that. Like, it wasn't enough to properly wake me up. And then when I woke up in the morning properly, I could hear him like scrabbling about on the windowsill. And he'd got the string, should we call it a string, caught under his legs here, right? So he couldn't move, and he must have been there all night like that, right? And he must have kept like trying to get out and then just sort of like giving up and just staying there. Right? But when he saw that I was awake, he got overexcited and he tried to jump like onto the bed towards me, and when he jumped, he ripped the whole thing down. Well, not the whole blind, he didn't pull the whole blind down, but he ripped the cord off. And I was just like, seriously? Because if you'd meowed, I would have woken up and freed you, and you wouldn't have had to stay trapped all night. You little moron. You a little moron. Yeah. You a little moron. Yeah. You a moron face. Yeah. You a moron face. Very beautiful though, aren't you? You very beautiful and very cute. Are you very beautiful and very cute? Not many people manage both, you know. You know, a lot of people can be beautiful and a lot of people can be cute, but not many people manage to be both beautiful and cute. But me and you, Scorps, we've managed both, haven't we? We both beautiful and cute. Yeah. Absolutely we are. Absolutely we are. We both beautiful and cute. You just pushed my arm off the table then. That wasn't very nice. Scorpy dog. Ew, you licked my nose. Ew. Ew. Look. There's people in there watching us. From all over the world. Isn't that amazing? Look, Fred's in there. He must be really teeny tiny to fit in there, but he's in there. Oh, there's people who want to stay. Well, fuck off, I don't have room for you. I need to build a palace before I can be asked building anything else. I am going to have to expand, though, because my income is going down because there aren't enough people paying taxes. Not enough people paying taxes, Scorpsy. Oops. Paying taxes, not playing taxes. Paying taxes. Paying. Paying. What did I say? One of the two. It's just theft, really, isn't it? That's what taxes are. Theft. Theft. It's just the government stealing our hard-earned money. You're so beautiful. Yeah. Well, there's a cat here now. We now can't do anything else until the cat decides to move. We're up to 5 viewers. Fucking hell, man. It's too much. I can't take it. I can't handle the pressure. Can't handle it. Not today. Not today. Not at my best today. You okay, Scooby-Doo? Are you okay? You've got to entertain the people. There's 5 of them. It's too much for me to handle. I can't deal with it. You've got to entertain them with your cuteness. Or you could just go to sleep. Whichever you prefer, really. My little fablings. Wandering around, keeping the kingdom running. While Princess Magpie is distracted by a cat. New noble has joined the kingdom twice. 2 new nobles have joined the kingdom. I think that is from... Yes, we've completed our mission to get the nobles. We rescued the nobles who were too pretty to die. There we go. 2 nobles. Soldiers in need. Yeah, sure, I'll have some more soldiers. Why not? You can never have enough soldiers, can you? Right, so if we get the feast hall fully stocked, then we can start making feast supplies. Ministry of Diplomacy provides a passive buff while staffed for every noble working in the building. The buff becomes stronger. What's the buff, though? Off-world missions are created with 30% shorter duration per noble assigned. Well, that's a bit boring. What about the wedding hall? That does not need to be staffed. Wait until this one's built and see what that one is. Because, like, some of them are really good. There's one that provides, like, nobility every however many days, which is really good. I feel like I'm hungry, but I don't think I am. I think it's a kind of fake hunger. And I'm not eating anything else today because I'm being good. After I ate the carrot cake yesterday, I need to be good today and tomorrow. Yeah. Does Fabledom have win conditions? I don't think so. You never really reach a conclusion. You just kind of run out of space to build stuff. I mean, marriage is the ultimate goal. And you get a nice little kind of cutscene when you finally get married. But then you can carry on playing after that. So, not really. Reduce fabling hunger by 10%. Well, actually, our food has got a little bit low all of a sudden after we all got turned into skeletons. But we have just come out of winter. But we'll assign a noble since we've got a spare one. We'll make hunger a bit less. Why not? Still haven't conquered another country. I know. I need to up my insult game with Giovanni. Giovanni, I'm going to send you another nasty message. I want us to despise each other. Just because I want to know what happens. One of them despises me. It's an experiment. Knackered, man. Knackered. Why am I knackered? Why am I knackered, Scorps? What's going on? Because I've been staying up watching Golden Girls. That's why it is. I've started binge watching it. I love the Golden Girls. It popped up on Disney Plus. I didn't realise it was on Disney Plus. I don't know if it's just been put on Disney Plus. And I was like, oh my god, Golden Girls is on Disney Plus. So I started watching it. That's my era of comedy, that like 70s, 80s type era. My era of comedy. The one with Betty White? Yes, it is. Betty White was weirdly sexy, I thought. Considering our age. But then, like, I tend to go for older women, though. That's my thing. But she's got sparkly eyes. I like people who have sparkly eyes. People who have that, like, that kind of, what's the word? The Queen did as well, although I didn't find the Queen sexy. But she had, like, sparkly, bright eyes, like, youthful. You know what I mean? Youthful eyes. The eyes stay young and they're just bright and we are in negative money. Okay, I need to get more people in to be paying more taxes in order to fund this palace that I'm building. Because we're actually losing money on the palace because I don't have enough people. Blanche always amused me. Yes, I like Blanche. It's just a great show. And it's one of those, like, comedy has a really... comedy can work a lot of, like, emotional stuff into it. There's a lot of sitcoms that can work a lot of really emotional stuff into them. But Golden Girls did it particularly well. Like, a lot of it is really quite genuinely touching. And a lot of it focuses on, like, getting older and stuff like that, and how a lot of older people feel like they're sort of forgotten about. And sort of the way they're treated in society and stuff like that. And some of it's really genuinely quite poignant. Like, there's one where they win the lottery, but they lose the winning ticket. And they go on this whole wild goose chase trying to get this winning ticket back, and they have to spend a night in a homeless shelter because that's where the winning ticket has ended up. And they spend this night at the homeless shelter pretending that they're homeless so that they can find the winning lottery ticket. But then when they speak to the people there, and they sort of, you know, see how people are living, it moves them so much that when they find the winning lottery ticket, they just give it to the the homeless shelter. There's a lot of little moments like that are quite poignant in it. And it's very good at just depicting, like, female friendship, which I think is something that doesn't get enough attention in popular media. But it's a very good sort of depiction of it. Betty White didn't even die that long ago, you know. She died in, like, 2021, I think. Something like that. She lived to a ripe old age. I know she was about a month away from her 100th birthday. She died in the December, and she would have been 100 in the January. Yeah, but she was one of those, like, ever youthful kind of people. Which I think has more to do with your outlook on life than anything else, doesn't it? I was going to try and, like, bring more people into the kingdom, wasn't I, since we're losing money. I don't know where to expand. I don't know what I need. That's the thing. Like, if I'm going to have more people, then I need places for those people to work. But I don't know what I need, really. I mean, I could do with a little bit more food production. I could do some more fisherman huts. Yeah. Do I build a town? Do I build more peasant-y stuff? I don't know. We could have like a little fishing village down here. As long as we don't build it in the range of any of this stuff. There we go. Oh, we've gone back up a little bit. We must have had some people die over the winter. That probably just tipped us into the negative. Betty White was originally meant to play Blanche, was she? Wow, she was better as Rose. She was perfect as Rose. Yeah, that's interesting, though. I've got no nobility, honestly. Honestly, we've got angry woods now. For 30 days, my woods are angry. Oh, that's the missing shoe. Fergus, do you want to go and deal with the missing shoe for me, my darling? I might be able to get some nobility, because I really need some. Right, yes, fishing village, that's what I'm doing. Fishing village. I'm going to have to hit the thing on my keyboard. Boop, there we go. Right, so. First things first. Fisherman's hut. Oh, my keyboard is on the floor because there's a cat on my desk. I have to put my keyboard on my knee. Got a fishing hut there. Put another one there. And then build ourselves a pet. And then we need some hooses. Some wee hoosies. Boop. Boop. And boop. There really should be a thing that says that people have to be employed if they're going to pay taxes. And if you have a lot of unemployed people, they won't be paying taxes because they're unemployed. Otherwise, you could just move lots of people in and have no jobs for them. And it would be fine. Unless there is a thing that they don't pay taxes if they're not employed. I don't actually know, to be honest. No common misconception. I have not ever watched the thing that you've just put on. Should we give them some amenities to make them happy? Should we give them a puppet show? Every fishing village needs a puppet show. You found a single lost shoe. It seems quite valuable, but it's also so small. Finding the owner might be difficult, but the fabling would surely be highly grateful. Return the shoe to its owner. Receive 10 nobility. Sell the shoe for 200 coins. I need 10 nobility. There we go. I've never watched Avatar: The Last Airbender either. Common misconception. Is that anime? Yeah, anime-ish. Anime. I'm not really into anime. I'm not the biggest anime fan. Oh, there's a pig herd over there. We could get another pigsty. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Should we build another pigsty, then we can get more pork? That's our plan. Put the pigsty there. That's not near to any houses, is it? No. That's heretical, is it? Well, I've not watched Avatar. Fair enough. Fair enough. Ah, my keyboard's falling off my knee. Honestly, Scorpy, you don't make things easy, do you? Eh? Jump up here. You knock my keyboard off. What am I going to do with you? Oh. What are we going to do with you, Scorps? I've just noticed that I have to build a carousel for Romain's date. Well. We should build that over near our circus area, shouldn't we? Wherever that is. Where's it gone? Where's me circus gone? There it is. We should build a carousel. Here. It's a wonderful idea. Can we only build one? We could build another dancing stage, though. We could build a dancing stage over in our fisherman's town. I can just rotate that around if I can reach my keyboard. Oh. Is that the right button? Oh, it's too close to the water. Oh. Well, we'll think about that later. Cat is literally nothing but black fur. I know. Can you actually look at them, please? Look at them, your little putty face. Who's Vanessa? Do I want to know who Vanessa is? I don't know if I want to know who Vanessa Mind me just humming to myself. Amy Palace is almost finished. Oh, Girl with the Dogs. I've heard of her. Do not watch her, but I have heard of her. What we should build? We should build another bakery because we've got actually I think yes marvelous. I think that's a wonderful idea. I think what we should do is we should build another little wheat farm. Little wheat farm where we farm wheat. Right up there. Build that little wheat farm. And then another little windmill to make more flour. And then a little granary. Have to rotate it round again. Granary. And then a bakery somewhere. Maybe not here though, because it's not going to serve the most amount of people here, really, is it? Oh, I suppose you never know. I suppose this is where all my new people are coming in, aren't they? So I'll just build a bakery here. Can have their own little dedicated bakery. But like one of those weird little like pubs or cafes which is just literally out in the middle of nowhere that people travel to go to. Nobody would ever be passing by it naturally. They travel to get there. You get weird places like that, don't you? And then, since we've built another grain field, we can put another chicken coop, because chicken coops need grain to feed the chickens. Then we can get more eggs. See? There's always logic. Oh, I can build another pigsty. Oh, that's because I haven't built that one yet, that's why. I was going to say, we don't have another pig herd hiding around somewhere, do we? I don't think we do. Random bit of fog there, which I don't think is meant to be there. I think it's the graphics having a bit of a meltdown, but that's okay. We just won't look at it, it'll be fine. Don't want to make it self-conscious. Look at my palace! So beautiful. If I spend 30 armaments, a noble will join my kingdom. Oh yeah, I'll have another noble. I need a noble. They're a precious commodity. Pay 20 less family aid per noble assigned. That sounds good. There we go, that's got my income up a little bit. Fred's leaving us to get a haircut. Oh my goodness. Honestly, Fred. Honestly. We're probably not going to go on much longer, to be honest, because I might fall asleep. One of those live streams. Just not quite 100% here. Half of me's asleep. The other half of me is on a beach surrounded by naked asari. You know, as you do. Oh dear. I might just join those two roads up for absolutely no reason. There we go, just to make it look neat. Joined up now. Can't stop yawning. Wait. It's a good sign that we should stop soon. I'm going to get rid of some of these foundations because they're annoying me. I'm going to extend that path out a bit instead. There we go. That looks a little bit less shit, doesn't it? I don't know if we can separate the foundations. Like, do the foundations all have to be connected? Can we have a gap between them? Well, we'll soon find out. Yes, apparently we can have a gap between them. I wish it would, like, end properly rather than just kind of disappear into nothingness. Making you yawn on my common misconception. want it sharp. That. And then I might end up deciding that this looks silly and just undo it all. But we'll give it a go. That looks alright, doesn't it? Possibly. I think it looks slightly better than what it did. For heaven's sake, woman. Should wait until the palace is finished and then we'll call it a day. Just have a little short live stream today. That I do not fall asleep. Gain 10 nobility every 200 days, that's right. Cooldown reduced by 30 days per noble assigned. That's a good one. Because nobility is hard to come by, especially in the later half of the game, because you seem to get less opportunities than what you do in the first half of the game. Need to add some decoration. I think we need to put some little fountains in and whatnot. Look, it looks cool, doesn't it? It looks like a palace. It looks palacey. Speed it up a little bit. Watch all my little speedy fablings speeding about. Yeah, let's have a festival, why not? It can be to celebrate the completion of the palace, although it's not quite finished yet, but it's nearly finished. Nearly finished. That's pretty cool. Quite like it. Quite sexy. Little stream running through it and everything. We just need some stone bricks. That's all we need. 50 stone bricks. Then we can build the Ministry of Parks and then my palace shall be completed. And we'll have some more peasants, because why not? You can never have too many. Never have too many peasants. Oh, we've built our carousel. Does it need to be stuffed? Wherever it is. Where are you, little carousel? There you are. No, it doesn't need to be staffed. Hand over the following resources to increase the bonus of the Joy of Giving buff by another 5, which is increasing our global happiness, I think, isn't it? Yeah. But that's all the stuff I need to hand over and I don't have enough. Oh, look. I love a merry-go-round. Don't you just love a merry-go-round? My favourite thing. I always go on one if I see one. Even as an adult, I don't care. It's my favourite thing. I love a merry-go-round. He's so cute. Look. They're little unicorns. It's so adorable. The Ministry of Parks is going up. Oh, we need to rescue another noble. Okay, I'll send you out to rescue another noble. That's fine. Boop. Go so we can get more nobles to stuff our palace. Hey, there we go. My palace is finished. Look at it. We'll add some decorations, some little fountains and statues and whatnot, make it look all decent. But look! It's so beautiful. My beautiful, beautiful palace. Look at it. Oh, bless. Oh, it's the best thing. Right, okay, so should we call it a day? Because I am slightly falling asleep. I do not 100% understand why, but apparently I'm very tired today. So, we'll call it a day there. Next live stream will be next Saturday at 3:30, and it will be Fabledom again. For now, it's going to kind of stay like that for a while. It's not got my coat of arms on it as well. Oh, it does! Look at the little flags with my coat of arms on it. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, you can even see inside the buildings. There's little plants and stuff in there. Oh my god! What am I saying? Oh yeah. For now, that's gonna stay like that for the live streams. But sometime soon, Dragon Age will return, and we'll do another Dragon Age Origins playthrough. And the Tuesday live streams are probably going to come back as well. Probably, but I make no promises, but probably. But for now, it's going to be Fabledom, and it's going to be next Saturday at 3:30 GMT. But until then, my lovelies, I am going to say farewell to all of you.